them waiting for. Feel the right to the world of that for sure. Na 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 na. Got to get that feeling.
Hello, loves. It's me, Sunshine. I have another gorgeous goddess on tonight with me. And she was actually my first guest on the podcast when I first started 10 months ago, but I'm bringing her back, baby. I'm bringing her back. Wait, I'm doing this. Donna Amber. Yes. Wait, I got the music going. Wait.
Where's my music?
I got it. Woo! Shake it, baby. So much love. Hey. What's happening?
Fun to have fun.
Yes, so much fun. I just put your info out there too.
Hey everyone. Hi, Sunshine. Thanks. I can't believe I'm your first guest and now like what?
I know, you're back again, baby.
I forgot about that. That's so cool.
Ooh. Are you okay, baby girl? Oh my goodness. So tell us what's been going on with you.
So, I wanted to come on tonight just because I wanted to talk a little bit more about sisterhood.
Yes.
And what it means to me, why I do the sisterhood retreats, why I need sisterhood, why I all need sisterhood.
Yes.
Yeah. So tonight I wanted to come on because I'm doing a retreat upstate New York, January 27th weekend. I'm looking for 8 women who are at this place in their life where they want to make this shift and they're not sure how to do it. And they're still in their life, playing small, living their life from like still conditioning and being nice and people pleasing and, a lot of this ways that we were taught. And they're just like right on the edge and they're like, how do I shift out of this? How do I release this part of me, this way of being that no longer serves me? And I want to hold space for those 8 women. I want to give them this safe, sacred container where they can really just show up and really express and be themselves and have a love bubble of women supporting them and holding space for all parts of them, the tears, the laughter, the joy, because I really believe that that's the part that really, when we're held in that way and that we see that we can be free and we can be ourselves and we can tap into that little girl inside and just play, there's like transformation that happens with that. So I am really hoping those 8 women who are ready for that shift in their life are going to choose themselves and reach out to me for the retreat in this beautiful home that I've done it there before. And it's in nature. It's magical. I'm looking for you, goddesses.
Well, tell us, hey, Mel, tell us how you began these beautiful retreats and why you started them, your own journey.
Yeah, I think, I forget, there's a quote that says, like, if you want to know what your gift is in the world, go to your wounds. And I would say, I was thinking about this too, but I think that because I lost my mom at 4 years old, at such a young age, I had feminine wounding around that. My mom, she did heroin with me when she was pregnant with me. I was born addicted to heroin. So like right there's that feminine wounding of not being nurtured and cared for and made, that you matter.
Right.
Because of that addiction. And then after that, my grandmother, she started to abuse me physically. So there was a lot of feminine wounding all through my life. And I've always searched for that, that maternal, that love, that connection with women. And it kind of avoided me most of my life. And I would have friends, but never felt like really seen and never felt like that belonging that I always wanted to feel. And there came a time, it took me a while. I mean, I had girlfriends, but like at 50 years old, I finally decided to change my whole life, and make a big change. And I quit my corporate job and I released relationships that no longer served me. And I went to this thing called Soul Camp. And I walked into a cabin there was like 10 women, and we all slept in the same space. And it was the first time that I like had so much shifting, because it was like a love bubble. Like we were all supporting each other and inspiring each other and laughing at night and farting under the covers and running around naked in our cabin. And I was like, what is this? I need this in my life. And I think because I didn't have that kind of, like, I didn't have the sisters and I didn't have the mother and I didn't have that, I longed for it. When I walked in and I felt that, I was like, ah! And as soon as that soul camp was over, I left there and I was like, oh no, now it's all gone. You know? And I felt that loss. And then I was like, well, I'm going to create it then, because I know how much it impacted me. And I know how much it impacted all of those women that were in that cabin. And so right away, I started my first retreat with those women who were in the cabin. And that's how I started it. And
I was going to say, did you keep in contact with those women?
Yes, I did a retreat like months later. They all came and I set it up and I got the food, and they were so happy that all they had to do was show up. And I really started to see that I was good at it.
Yeah.
And I was good at it because I love for people to have an experience, like to feel an experience and feel shift and feel transformation and feel loved, feel seen, feel like they belong. So with me creating this experience, and making it safe, there was that combination where I started to see women really were able to release things that weren't serving them and really start focusing on what they wanted and what they needed just by this little weekend. Like, it started to really blow my mind, and it still blows my mind that women walk in one way and they leave on fucking fire. Yeah. I'm like, ah, they're on fire. And I've been doing it for 8 years, and I really love it. I love it so much. I love the sisterhood. I love the weekends together. And I've really come to see that healing doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be difficult. We just need to be supported, and we need a safe space, and we need to have fun. We need to laugh. We need to play, art, hikes, skipping, hugging. As soon as the women come to the retreat, the first thing I do is I put feathers in their hair and gold tattoos and flower crowns. And we start that way. Like, our little girls inside get to start to play right away. And I've been doing it for 8 years and I love it and I need it.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And I've seen so many women, like, the beautiful thing is about when that container happens, it's, like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's the same thing. There's a vulnerability and intimacy. There's a way that these women are with each other that you can't help but like fall in love with each other.
Yeah.
And then they take that sisterhood with them and they stay connected, and they know that they have these women supporting them and inspiring them and cheering them on. Yeah. And it makes a difference, because it makes a difference in my life as well. So it like warms my heart to see that this thing that I needed so much from my wounding, the feminine wounding, has changed so many women's lives. Like, that just helps my heart to heal.
It's so amazing. And, you know, just me, I've never been on one of your retreats, but I have, you know, been in your presence many, many times, alone and with other goddesses. And it's such a magical experience just being in your presence, because you form this beautiful group and this beautiful energy of belonging. You know, I have, you know, no family that, you know, are present, and you make me feel like I have sisters, you know, and it's really a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I wanted to tell you that I moved things around. I got a dog sitter, and I'm fucking coming. At the retreat, baby.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I didn't know. Oh my God. Look at, I have goosebumps everywhere. Oh, that's so good.
Yes. So now you only need 7 more goddesses to come.
Oh my God. I can't even, like, even Kelly, she was on my last retreat, and, you know, she's a spiritual person, and she does, you know, she holds space, but she had so much transformation and shifting. And
we all need
every
single one of us.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. And it's truly my honor, because, like, I know I don't have, like, real family either, and I know that sense of not feeling like you belong, or you know, there's
unbalanced relationships.
And that's why, to me, sisterhood is so powerful and so meaningful. And, you know, like, I just feel like I really want to start this. I mean, I've already started it, but I just want to continue, you know, this path of, I feel like there's so much, like, with women, competition and not enough to go around, and, you know, all this,
there's
like,
so much
stuff.
to go around.
Society has, like, done this, like, you know, we need to look a certain way, and, you know, if she's pretty, we got to tear her down, and you know, like, with men, there's not enough men, so there's, like, it's crazy. And what I see, and what
yes, colleague, come on, I'm coming. Come with me.
You don't put it on your bucket list. You say, fuck yeah,
just do it.
You just do it. The universe brings you the money, and your life changes in one weekend, and you're never the same. That's the beautiful thing. Like, I've seen so many women come in, like, still in this box of, you know, acting a certain way and being a certain way, and they don't want it. And this weekend just shifts them right out, and they change, and they go home, and they start to create a life they love. They continue their healing. They heal their family, because they're showing up and they're being more authentic of who they are and how they want to live their life. Like, there's such a ripple effect, ripple connection. But I just want to keep creating containers and spaces where we lift each other up and we support each other, and not that other stuff that goes on in the world. It's not in my world, because I won't be around that.
We are here to nourish and inspire each other. And there's so much to go around. And we are all different. Like, not everyone is going to be like Donna. Not everyone is going to be like Sunshine. You know, it's like, there's so much of us and uniqueness to go around that it's so amazing to experience it.
Yeah. And, like, you know, a lot of us, myself included, we've been domesticated and conditioned to be a certain way, to be pleasing, to be quiet, to be nice, like, all these things. Like, I was just burning shit in the fire tonight. No more fucking people pleasing, no more overgive. Like, I'm done. I'm gonna be a little bitchy if I want to be bitchy. You know, it's like we really need to have empowered women around us, so we can see what's possible for ourselves. Like, that's so important. You know,
so
like,
important
to love our bodies just the way they are, to accept ourselves, even our dark parts. Like I was not very comfortable showing like anger or sadness. You know, you've helped me with the crying. But I'm really showing up with all parts of me. And this container of this sisterhood retreat, we're like, let's bring it all together and let's all hold it together. And it's not, you know, just me facilitating, it's all of us holding space for one
That's right.
another.
Yep, yep.
I just keep it in a very safe way where we all feel seen, where we all feel heard. And I'm very good at like feeling energy and knowing what needs to happen in containers. And I set it up in a certain way that the first night, you know, we're going to do breath work. We're going to like open that energy body up. We're going to do beautiful connections with each other. So we like sink in right away, because vulnerability and intimacy is very important.
It's so important. And it starts it off where you're safe by telling your truth, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, and then, you know, the next day we go into more of a play time. You know, we have, you know, we go on hikes and we have yoga, sound healing. We do art. So, you know, then we get to, and then we have embodiment movement at night where we're dancing and moving, but it becomes more playful. So there is there's, what is it called? I want to say madness. I can't think of the word. There's purpose to how the agenda is, and it's light. There's time for rest. There's time for you to journal. There's time for you to be on your own, because that's important too. Like
Yeah, yeah.
downtime. It's
Downtime.
fun. It's just
Yeah.
fun.
I could bring my crochet.
Yeah, totally. You know, like it's so juicy that, like, you know, I love when I look over and everyone's on the couch and they have their tea and they're, you know, cuddly with each other. And, you know, like that downtime is just as important. And some women are off in their bed resting, or some are out, you know, by the pond, and, you know, it's surrounded by nature. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful home. It's actually a sacred healing retreat home. So there's been a lot of people who have healed there. And it's only about 2 hours and I'd say 15 minutes from Huntington. So it's not even that far.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Totally doable, Colleen.
Yeah. Like, you know what? I used to do this thing where I never invested in myself.
Right.
And I was always like, oh, I don't have the money. And I was in that lack mentality. But that's investing in yourself is like a radical act of self-love.
Yeah.
And once you say yes, I just said yes to a retreat for next weekend for myself. I was like, oh, I don't have that money, but I just said yes. I put it on the calendar. I asked the universe to bring it to me, and it's paid off. I'm going Friday. Thank God.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. So, you know, that's part of self-love, is choosing ourselves, choosing this time slot where we go, oh, it's all for me.
Right.
I don't have to think about anybody else. I don't have to do for others.
Right.
That's really important too.
It's so important to choose you.
Totally.
You.
Totally.
Yeah. I you know, same thing. I'm like, okay, because I, you know, booked Thailand that I'm going in February. And I was like, should I do this too? And then I was like, hell yes, I should.
And you know why you said you should? Because you saw how I hold space and how I offer and what happens. Like, we were together New Year's Eve and I set it up with a gathering of women, where I set it up where we do these rituals and we do the shedding and we're releasing and just like really owning ourselves and claiming it. And these small group of women, we saw, like, I saw it in you, what happened. There was shifts.
Yeah.
And when you feel that, you're like, oh, I want more. I want more of that. And
so
you could,
true.
yeah, and you just listen to your body. It's a yes, you do it. If it's a no, you don't, you know?
Right. Yeah, I was like, I texted my dog sitter, I think it was last night or this morning, and I had a couple of goddesses coming for some purple love. And I was like, is it okay if we switched this day? And they were like, hell yeah. And I actually said, why don't you come on the retreat with us?
And
Hey,
the other,
Kathy.
hi, Kathy. The other thing too is that with the retreat, there's an application because I want the women who are at that place where they're like, show me the way.
Yeah.
I'm ready for fun, play. I'm ready to be more embodied. I'm ready for, to let go of all of that stuff that I was doing that didn't feel good. I interview women, so I kind of vet the container to make sure we're all in that space
Okay.
where, because that's important.
Do I apply?
You're so cute. But I think it's important.
Am I going to make it in?
I think it's important for women to know that that's how much I care about the container being safe.
Right.
We all have to be at a certain vibration,
right,
so we can have that transformation happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really take it seriously, that the container is held in such a way, like there's no phones, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's very loose and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody ever wants to leave, actually.
So funny. So that's beautiful.
Yeah. So if anyone's
Excited.
feeling it and your body's like, oh yes, like that feels good, I'm sure that it's on my page, it's on Sunshine's page, but just do what you want. Like, stop making excuses and just start doing what you want and see what your life will just continue to change and open, and you'll feel more empowered, and then you'll just empower everyone else around you. It's important.
Yeah.
Sisterhood is important.
It's like you said before, it's a ripple, we once we heal ourselves and fill ourselves up, it overflows to everybody else, right?
Yeah. And I'm like super grateful. Like I have, I met a tribe that I went on.
Here's a big
Sally, she was on my retreat. I love Sally. Sally's an amazing hairdresser.
You will testify, supportive, loving, and empowering. Yes, all traumas are released. Very sacred space. Yes.
Sally. Oh my God, if you
and
love
then
my
she
hair.
does this. Hello.
Sally does hair. She does my hair. I love my Sally. Thank you, Sally.
So much.
Yeah, it's truly like it's my honor to hold space for women. I think because I've suffered and struggled and felt so much like I didn't belong, and I really needed feminine energy, like healthy feminine energy.
Right.
So because that was such my wounding, it's become my passion and my purpose.
Right.
And it heals me when the women are there and I see
Of
like
course.
So it's like, it's not, oh, I'm holding space for you and I'm not your healer, you're your own healer.
Exactly.
I am just gonna hold the space for you to feel safe enough to be seen and heard and unleash and untangle yourself. And it's nourishing and nurturing. Like that's the part that I always needed, is the nurturing and the nourishment. So
here's another goddess. So much magic. Yes.
So sweet. I love these women. Like, oh my God. I feel so grateful that I get to do this, honestly. It's really it means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I just want to play and just have fun and be with. I think women are just like, we're so amazing and magical. And we kind of are hard on ourselves. Like, we're so hard on ourselves, and we don't give ourselves enough, and we don't know how to receive. And there's so many things that the retreat can open up for you.
There's a list. There's a list.
I mean, I'm working on myself too. Like I always tell
We
people,
all are. We all
I'm
are.
with you. I'm
Yeah.
not better. I am just working my stuff out and then going here, give it a try if it resonates for you. But it usually works.
Well, I know the few that are coming already, it's going to be a magical experience.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Much so. And the men that are watching, I know Steve's watching. Do an all men retreat too. Do brotherhood. Would that work? No, probably
Me?
not. No, Steve.
No, no. No, but the
Yes.
thing about that too is this is interesting because I would always have women's retreats and I started to do some like deep healing and it was with a masculine energy. And he said to me, he goes, do you know that you're doing these women's retreats because you have masculine wounding? And like I was like, oh my God, like I kind of didn't see that.
Yeah.
And I don't like not feeling safe with men. And, I didn't have parents and I was at the hands of certain uncles. Do I need to say more?
No.
But I didn't realize it. And so I really do lean towards women, but I have actually opened myself up to be held by men more. So that's been like a shift for me, seeing that I also need, to balance that in myself, the feminine and the masculine. So that's been, and I've done co-ed, I've done men and women,
Okay.
with Bobby, and it was actually like really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not something I would never do again. I just love women.
It's so fun.
Yeah,
So fun.
I love us.
Ah! Well, I did the co-ed retreat in Hawaii, and then I'm doing the co-ed in Thailand. So I have never done a woman's retreat. So
Oh, it's a different energy, and they're both
yeah,
very important. I
yeah,
do. I feel like that will, I want to eventually own like a community home, a retreat home. So I feel like that will be part of it because, the masculine they need to be having a safe space for their emotions to be
yeah.
held as well.
Yeah.
So as I continue to heal, everything will expand and unfold.
Yes, 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 yes. I love it.
Me
So what
too.
else? Tell us an experience that you've had during these sacred sisterhoods.
The retreats.
Yeah.
Um,
Your experience or whatever you want to say.
I would say that a lot of the years I was doing it from an unhealed place, and I didn't like realize that.
Okay.
And I kind of bypassed it like in the beginning years, my own healing and stuff, and just was like holding space for others. And saw so much transformation like then even. So I really feel like it is a gift that I have to hold space in a certain way for women. But as I continue to heal, and most recently in the last 2 years, I can see how much more effective it is by me just really embracing my shadow parts
Mm-hmm.
and being more authentic instead
Right.
of trying to hold space and be the best and make it perfect. And so I don't know, I felt called to say that because I always find that when people are leading or facilitating, people always think, well, they're on a pedestal or they're better or
Mm-hmm.
and I was doing my best at the time. And I really feel that the recent years have been the most authentic and the most beautiful and the most transformational because I've truly shown up with all of my fullest whole self instead of hiding those parts of myself that I thought weren't acceptable or like anger. Now we like we celebrate sacred rage, but so I feel more balanced in it. And I'm looking forward to doing it still from such a whole place where I see I'm not depleted by it. I'm filled by it. I used to be depleted because I would give everything. I would make sure everybody, felt this certain way and they received so much. And then I would go home and crash and be depleted. And now I know like all of that has been changing and shifting because of the healing I've done for myself. So every experience has been so beautiful. And like there was this one time I remember just like sitting there and I was doing these open heart, beautiful rituals with women by the fire. And it was very vulnerable and very beautiful. And I was so present for the women, and I would do like one at a time. It was like 20 minutes. I would do it. And then they would go sit on the couch and it was beautiful music playing. And I remember like almost at the end of it, I started to like sit up when I was almost done. And I looked around at all the women and they were just with themselves weeping. And that probably was the most impactful time, because me just being present with them and holding space for them and, giving them love and attention, and how that shifted them.
Yeah.
And made them weep and really just like honor themselves. And it wasn't weeping in a sad way. It was just this honoring.
Yeah.
I remember looking around and going, oh my God, like I felt so honored that they trusted me to hold that space for them, and that they all just sat with themselves. Like I'll never forget that.
That's so beautiful.
It was so beautiful. Yeah.
And many, many more times to go like that, love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's so many beautiful things that like we did body painting. I was like, oh God, that was like so much fun. I think I'm going to save that for when it's warmer outside.
Yes.
But like that intimacy and that creativity and that connection, to me, that's important.
Right.
I think that's why my retreats are the way they are, and so many people have transformation, because it's about vulnerability, it's about intimacy, it's about connection. Like that's the most important part. Like that's what syncs it all up, and for women to be seen and heard, it's really, really powerful.
Yeah,
and because I need it. It's like always to me.
We all need it, love. We all need it. Every single one of us. It's so important to surround yourself with such beautiful people and say yes to things that are going to make you uncomfortable. Being vulnerable is growth, right?
Yeah.
Crying is necessary. Other human contact is necessary.
So necessary.
Yeah.
Like when the women come, I always tell them, I'm like, like hold hands, go for like, let's hold hands when we walk down and go into nature, or cuddle on the couch, or play with each other's hair. Like our little girls, there's little girls inside of us that we grew up and we got so freaking serious. Like I can see we flourish when we let our little girls out and we get back to that place where we're more connected and playful and with each other in that way. So I open the container for it to feel like that. And that matters. Like that matters. And they go for it. Of course, with everyone's, there's a certain, permission. Do you want to hold my hand? Yeah, sure.
Right.
But it just kind of happens because that's who I am. And if you're drawn to me, you're open to being, it's just like being loved up on, it's just a beautiful love bubble. I always just say it's like a love bubble. Oh, it's good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I know I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah, and
As
to
long as
just
you accept my application.
you're so funny. Yeah, no, it's like it's it's a very clean and clear. There's no substances. There's no believe me, I had retreats in the beginning where they were like, "Oh, can't we just have a glass of wine?" And then by after dinner, I couldn't contain what was happening at
Yeah,
all.
no.
It's like I've learned through the years on how to create it in a way that people get the most out of it in that weekend.
Yeah, and by drinking, that's, numbing your issues. You wanna feel these problems, right? That's
Yeah.
that's the
And
whole
we can
concept.
have fun, and I mean like we laugh, we cry, we can do like you want to do that clean and clear
Right, yeah.
because that's what moves the emotions, that's what moves the energy through our bodies. Like, a lot of the stuff we do like the dancing or the roaring or um the breath work and the sound healing is all because everything is held in our body, the trauma, the core limiting beliefs, um, you know, it's all held here. And the more that we can just get back to the body and feel it, we need to just feel it
Yeah.
instead of putting these band-aids on of eating or distracting ourselves with phones or drugs or like we need to feel it. And this weekend we get this opportunity with the breath work to let it come up and the connection rituals, let us be seen in it, and the dancing. By the time you leave, you're like, woof, I feel free.
I
Because
am
we have to be in our
free.
bodies. We got to be in our bodies.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just yumminess, and the food is vegetarian, vegetarian, vegan. I make it very vegetarian, but we want to eat clean. We want to feel good in our body. We want to put nourishing food in our body. And Corrine, she supports me on my retreats. She's a beautiful energy and she's a healer and she's amazing. I have Allie come in. She is so much fun and she's a beautiful sister of mine. Now you're coming. So now it's starting to get really exciting. Whoa.
So much fun. Yay! I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm really excited.
Yeah, and it's not like we're going to be like, oh, like like not that we don't cry, but it's not going to be like this thing where it's heavy. It's more
Right.
like it's light, it's playful, it's fun, it's sisterhood, it's just beautiful.
Love.
It's a beautiful sacred container of love.
Yes. It is love. Love, love, love. And I told I said it yesterday. Just the experience alone on New Year's Eve, there was only 6 of us, and we just did all these little, and it was contained in one little night, and with a whole weekend of it, I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's do this."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's a beautiful, the land is beautiful. It has a beautiful pond. And I remember one morning I woke up and it was snow, like there was a snow out on the land. And I woke up and they have this beautiful room that has like couches on the floor and beautiful curtains. And I looked outside and there was a deer and a mama deer and a baby deer, and they were walking around the pond. And I was like, just that alone, I was like, oh my God,
Right.
like it's so sacred and beautiful there. And it is a retreat home. So
Yeah.
people come there for that purpose. So it
Yeah.
has a beautiful bedroom. Like it's a huge room with 10 beds in it.
Okay.
It's so cool. It's goddessy with these beautiful curtains. And there's lights around the bed, but the fun part of it is like, remember like slumber parties, like everyone sleeps in the same room,
Yes, yes.
but you have your own space and it's a silent space. There's no talking there because we can get a little chatty. So it's a beautiful space, but it's our sleeping space. And it's fun because it makes it feel like you're a little girl when you used to have those little sleepovers. So
Sally said something else.
Aw. Joyful expression that genuinely uplift and empower you. And Karina's so sweet.
She
Aw,
is sweet.
Sally.
Corinne actually does Reiki on me.
Yeah, she's a healer too. And
She's a beautiful.
yeah, it's like meeting your new sister tribe, you know, when you come, you know, the way that I set it up, there's no way that you can't like really get deeply connected and love each other. And you leave there with this support system.
Right.
You know, like this retreat that I went on in the summer, you know, of course I have you and Karine, but I met this pack of women that I really needed that in my life because I was holding space for everyone else to go have their sisterhood
Right.
connections, but not thinking like they didn't think, oh, well, maybe Donna needs it.
Yeah.
But because I was the space holder, I kind of wasn't like part of what they were doing. And then I had this happen to me this summer. And it literally changed my life. Like I really needed that. And I didn't realize how much I needed it till I went on that retreat and had my sister tribe that we now go to dinners and we go. And every time we're together, it's like we're on retreat. We start laughing and giggling and our little girls come out and play. And it's really made such a difference in my life. And then it helped me to see what my retreats were doing for women because I got to feel it on the other side.
Right, right.
I was like, oh my God, this is so important. Yeah. And I didn't know to the impact of it till I was on the receiving end. And so now I'm like, sign me up. I'm going like next weekend, I'm going to a retreat.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's so freaking powerful, these
So
weekend
powerful.
immersions. Yeah.
Every time someone says now, I'm doing a retreat, I'll be like, I'm going to just say yes.
I know.
Because it is. It's so shifting. It really is.
It really is.
I forgot I went on a yoga retreat too, but I was the healer in that one. So I guess that one doesn't really, you know.
Yeah, the receiving is important.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because as women, it's hard for us to receive. And I know I'm still working on that. But like for you to just like really be open to receive, there's power in that. Because if we can do it in this container and feel that, we can now take it out of the container and start receiving and being open, you know, and because we're being conditioned to be the givers.
Right.
We take care of everybody, we take care of everything, and we give,
Yeah.
and then we're depleted, and then we're angry, and then we're like, you know, like, why am I depressed? Well, you're depressed because you're pushing all of your truth down and all of the things you really want to say, and you're doing things you don't want to do. And it's about saying no now, creating boundaries and taking care of you and choosing yourself. And that's what happens on these retreats.
Saying no to them and saying yes to us, to me. Yes, yes.
My mantra for this year is it's all for me now. All for me now. Yeah. I'm a taker. I'm calling myself a taker because I was an overgiver of unworthiness. And all of this is still stuff I'm working on. It's not like it's just gone. It's like, oh, wow, I just had a burn tonight. What was it? Giving too much because, you know, that comes from childhood wounding.
Right.
And a lot of us don't even know that we're operating from childhood wounding either. They're like, oh, wow, I didn't even know I was doing that because it even taken me a lifetime to figure out too. But when you have it reflected back to you and you are given permission that you can speak your truth, that you can set clear boundaries, that you don't have to be nice anymore, you can be compassionate, you start to really see like you shift exponentially because it's almost like you've been given a permission slip to just be yourself now instead of being what you thought others wanted you to be. It's I can go on and on about how I feel these retreats.
Well, that's why you're here, love. That's why you're here.
Yeah, it's just it's really just is it means so much to me. It means so much.
Passion, baby.
Yeah.
Passion. You know, your purpose. That you said it. What'd you write? That you wanted this to be your legacy.
I want to start a revolution of badass women who Yeah, support
Yes.
each other and help each other rise up. And like we are very important in this world. Like we are the healers, we are the mothers, and we're needed right now. If you're playing small and you're not taking up space and you're being this way, that's not serving. That's not serving yourself. That's not serving your family. It's not serving community. We need the women to really come back home to themselves and strip away all of this stuff and rise up and really like love your life. It's a
Yeah.
short life. Like we gotta like really love the life that we're living.
Yeah.
It's taken
And
me
it's,
a long ass time.
yeah. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no because you're saying no to what does not bring you joy. And you're saying yes to you. You're giving yourself love, and that is beautiful. And you can say no by just saying no thank you. Someone wrote a comment that I'm not putting up, but it's just saying no is a beautiful way to honor yourself and respect yourself. You know?
Yeah, and even saying no teaches other women to say, "Oh, I can say no."
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
and you don't have to say it unkindly, you're just saying no.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all.
no, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah. No,
Mm.
sorry, that doesn't bring me joy.
Yeah, and we're not taught this. I wasn't taught this, and I'm still learning so many things around boundaries and from wounding. And that's why I say, even when I'm on the retreat, I'm with you. I'm with all of you. Like
Right.
I've just set it up in a way that really works, and I've seen it. I've seen what it's done for women. Like pretty shocking what it's done for women, actually. But I'm with you. I'm healing. I'm in the container too. Um, so it's reciprocal. Like we're all there for each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Love, nourishment,
Nurturing,
nurturing,
nature,
nature.
delicious food,
Yeah.
hugging, crying, laughing, dancing, playing. Uh, who doesn't want to come?
Ah! I am
Rituals, art. Yeah, it's so good.
such a beautiful experience. And just even leaving your home for a couple of days is such a beautiful experience. Leaving your everyday life right there alone is self-care, self-love. Stepping
Yeah.
out of your everyday life and honoring yourself.
Yeah, and also what I found for myself, because we're so habitual, right? We're doing the same thing. Let me have my coffee. Let me do this. Let me get in my journal. Like we're so habitual that we need to be out of our comfort zone and we
Right,
need to be uncomfortable so we can start to see the patterns.
right.
Like it's hard to see it when we're in our, everyday
Comfort.
rituals. Yeah.
Right.
And you really start to see yourself. You start to observe um, ways in behaving that might not be serving that you can't do when you're in your everyday way.
Yeah.
So that's,
Your robot way.
yeah. I had a woman who came to she actually drove 6 hours from Buffalo.
Wow.
She didn't know a soul. And I was like, whoa. But she's like, I felt your energy on that interview and I knew I was coming. And she had such a transformation there because she was ready. She wanted it. She didn't let 6 hours stop her. She didn't let the money stop her. That's the women I want. I
Right.
want the women who are like, I choose me. It's my time now. And then when we bring all that to the container, woo, it's like powerful.
It's magic, baby.
Magic.
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 Ooh, we should get magic to come. Ah!
I know, I'm hoping. I just keep putting it out there. And to me, who's ever meant, like, you know, anyone who works with me or comes to me, they're ready. They're usually ready for, you know, what my gifts and offerings are.
Right.
And you know that for yourself as well.
Yeah.
It's an energy thing, and it resonates, and it's a vibrational thing. And I just want to help women as I help myself liberate and become free. I want that for women. You know, I was a young girl who didn't have parents watching over her, and I was at the hands of many people, and I learned to be a good girl and be nice and do what I was told, and that included things that were very inappropriate. And I, you know, have a lot of ways that I operated that didn't serve me for 50 some years, and it took me finally choosing myself and quitting a corporate job. Like, I mean, I blew it up in a big way. So that's why, like, one retreat weekend, you could totally handle that. But me just really choosing myself and doing that work has made all the difference. Because if I didn't do that, if I didn't learn, you know, to let all that go and start on my healing journey and go to all the retreats and all the healing and invest in myself, I wouldn't be holding space for the hundreds of women that have been on my retreat. Like, imagine, like, when I think about that, all the women and how I've seen how they've changed and become liberated and free, and what now they're doing in their lives and healing the people around them, like, that just really is
huge.
It's huge. And that's why it's so important for us to choose ourselves and make our healing a priority, because it really matters. One person really matters. Like, I always thought about Oprah. Like, I didn't have any mentors or anything or anyone. And I like latched onto her because I was like, I need somebody to show me out of this. And I remember her story, and it always stuck with me, that like one little girl who lived in Mississippi, who, you know, had no chance of anything. And what a difference that one woman made in this lifetime of hers. And that always stuck with me. And I was like, I want to be like that. I want to make a difference. I want to turn my mess into a message and my pain into purpose, because I know what it feels like to suffer. And I know depression, and I know panic disorder and anxiety. And I really work on my healing. It really matters to me that I become as whole as I can, so I can be a light to others who are suffering, because it's a hard time. And there's a lot of people suffering and struggling, and we all need to do our part in healing ourselves.
And then in that way, when they're healing, they could help heal their loved ones and people around them.
Yeah, my daughter, she thought, like, like, she watched me like quit a corporate job, 6 figures, leave that safety. I started to grow my hair out. I took that damn bra and burned it. I started getting tattoos. I started to become a yoga teacher. I learned to be a breathwork facilitator, sound healer. And she thought I was crazy. And she thought I was like a crazy hippie. But what I saw is that it now gave her permission to choose herself in her life. And now she's doing things that she would have never done probably if she didn't see me choose myself.
Yeah.
So, and I also want to mention too, I do breathwork journeys too. I do private sessions and I do group sessions. And it's what really helped me when I had panic disorder and depression. And I really feel that the breath is the medicine, and it's really powerful. And if this is resonating to anyone and they want more information, I do monthly circles, and I'm looking to bring it to other studios. But it's all about energy and releasing that stuck, dense, stagnant energy, the emotional energy out of our body, so we can feel more open and more spacious and more safe in our bodies. So I do that in sound healing, and I'm a yoga teacher. What else? I'm a good friend.
Yes, I could attest to that. Oh, we have another comment. Embracing yourself. Yes. Who's this? Ah,
Kelly.
Kelly.
Kelly, get to that retreat.
Ah.
I'm waiting for you, girl.
Ah.
She's been doing breath work for me and for years, and she's someone I'm hoping is gonna say yes to herself. Come on, Kelly.
She came to me too. She's ready. She's shifting.
She's ready. I know I'm like, she's right there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, so breath work is really, really powerful. And it's, a lot of the work like that you do too, it's just having a safe space, to feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
We really need to feel our emotions and we need to let it all come up and through. And I feel like being witnessed is part of the healing.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because we could cry alone, which is good.
Yeah.
But when you have somebody like
supporting you, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of medicine in that.
It's huge. I had a woman the other day, the minute she walked in, I hugged her and she just starts crying and I'm like, it's good. This is part of the healing,
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. And like with the breath work, I think it's so powerful. Like I've had many women come back to me, and a recent friend of mine, she's like, she did breath work and she goes, I left there, and she made some big decisions in her life. Like she let go of a relationship that wasn't serving her. She opened a yoga studio, which was brave, bold, and badass.
Yeah.
But I really do believe that breath work just clears and opens you, and it moves and empowers you.
Yeah.
And it's really, that's another passion of mine too, is the breath work. I've been doing that for 8 years, and it just, because how much it's helped me, how much I've seen it help others and shift that energy. So I want to bring more of that to the community too.
Yeah. I help another breathwork facilitator. So I've seen so many people shift just doing that. It's huge.
It's huge. We don't breathe. We hold our breath.
Yes.
Yeah. The toxins are released. 79% of our toxins are released through the respiratory.
Yeah.
And we're just holding it. We're holding our breath. We're holding our emotions. We're trying to be happy and make everyone else happy. And then we wonder why we overeat, or we drink, or we're depressed, or we're anxious. It's because the body cannot hold and contain it. It needs to keep moving and shifting and releasing. So it's important. Everything is energy. Healing is everything.
Huge.
And I do monthly sound healings. We do sound journeys every month, first Saturday of the month at Sound, Mind, and Body in Huntington. They sell out. They are fun and magical, and it's an amazing community that gathers, and we create this like galaxy kind of atmosphere. And we have crystal bowls and gongs and crystal pyramids and a beautiful community. And that's always so much fun for me to hold space with Bobby to do. So that's another thing. Yay!
Yay!
And breathwork journeys at Soul Yoga. It's a new yoga studio my friend Nancy opened. It's so special. She has kirtan there Friday nights, which is it's a beautiful
fun.
Oh, it's so much fun, and it's a great space. And kirtan is a beautiful way to have you chant, and you have this vibration in your body, and it's joyful, and there's community and harmoniums and yogis, and that's amazing. So Soul Yoga, the opening is next Friday, and I'm going to have that like as my hub to do sessions and breath work, and she's going to have so much amazing things there for people. So I'm excited.
And your breath work is there the 21st?
Yeah, that's already sold out, but
okay.
we're doing that monthly too. That's sold out in 24 hours. So if that's not telling you people are looking to feel better, we might have to do 2 a month once I move down here. I'm manifesting a apartment on the beach. So anyone, I'm manifesting right now.
So if anybody knows, I'm
moving back to Long Island, and my community is down here and my women are down here. So I'm coming back. Y'all get ready. I've kind of been back, but whatever.
I know, I was going to say. It's all good, love. So is there anything you want to say out loud before we say goodnight?
I just want to honor my journey. Sometimes I'm like, damn, why did it take me to 58 to finally, and I still have such a long way to go, but I want to honor my journey and everything that I've been through. I've really struggled a lot in my life, and it's been really hard for me to get my grounding and feel like I belong. But in the last couple of years, I've really put in the work, and it matters. Yeah. So, whatever you're feeling in your life, just know that you can feel better and you can create a life that you love, and that where you wake up. I used to wake up with dread. Now I wake up and I wake up really early because I'm excited for my day. So whatever you're going through or whatever you're feeling, reach out, connect, ask for support. And, just honor yourself. And that's what I've been doing. And I'm honoring my journey, my life, myself, and know that you're not alone and that there are people there for you if you need it. Because I needed to hear that at times too.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thanks, sunshine. I can't leave for the retreat now. Oh my God, so much fun. Thank you for having me.
Love you, Allie. Thank you, Jody.
I love you, Allie.
Beautiful goddesses. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. And so Donna's having this beautiful retreat. I will post it because I'm going.
Yay! January 27th.
Yay!
Oh my God, so good.
So get yourself registered and let's have some fun, some healing, some love.
Start your new year off right.
Fabulous.
For you, a new you in your new year.
Yes, I love it. All right, so we're going to just say goodbye together.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sunshine, for having me on.
Oh, you are so welcome, love. May we all be happy, healthy, wealthy, and free.
Woo!
This is the moment we've been waiting for. Feel the right funeral, that's for sure. Na na na.